Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. And today we're going to get into the Hypersonic Provocation, global accreditation enabling Iran's missile threat. We are witnessing the rise of weapons that move faster than our politics, faster than our intelligence systems, and faster than truth itself. Last year, Iran unveiled the Fatah-1 hypersonic missile, a weapon capable of reaching speeds up to Mach 15 and bypassing nearly every known missile defense system on Earth. But this isn't just a missile story. It's a global systems failure, a deliberate enabling of dangerous regimes through trusted accreditation loopholes, and of course the voluntary consensus standards. Hidden hands. Russia and China behind Iran's missile. Let's be clear. The Fatah missile may carry an Iranian flag, but it runs on Russian and Chinese engineering. Russia contributed solid rocket fuel expertise and glide vehicle design, hallmarks of their own Kinzhal missile. China provided decades of missile tech support, production, guidance, and possibly even scramjet R&D, research and development. This was not an indigenous breakthrough. It was a coalition of adversaries using Western weaknesses as leverage. Hypersonic strike risk to Israel, which they've already done that. Now imagine this. A missile like Fatah is launched toward Tel Aviv, which it was, at Mach 15. Israel has mere seconds to detect, decide, and defend. Its warheads maneuver in midair, designed to outpace and outsmart the Iron Dome, the Sling of David, and Arrow defenses. A successful strike wouldn't just cripple the city, it would ignite a regional war with global consequences. And back around 2018, the Chinese hacked the Iron Dome, the Sling of David, and the Arrow defense system. They're basically the same systems, but the Chinese got a hold of all that technology. The accreditation loopholes. The Asian Pacific Accreditation Cooperation, the American National Standards Institute, the American National Crediting Board, Iran, and also the International Accreditation Forum and International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. But here's where the real betrayal begins. Behind the scenes, Iran's entire industrial, aerospace, and defense infrastructure is propped up by the international accreditation bodies, the very systems we trust to ensure safety and compliance worldwide. Let me break it down. The Asia-Pacific Accreditation Cooperation includes Russia, China, Iran, and Pakistan as full participants. APAC sits on the International Accreditation Forum, which was co-founded by the ANSI-ANAB, the American National Standards Institute, and the American National Crediting Board. Its sister organization, ILAC, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation, based in Australia, helps enforce these equivalencies. And by the way, the IAF and ILAC have both national and international accreditation bodies on board that are equivalent in accreditation to ANSI-ANAB. ANSI-ANAB are underwriters. So when the Iranians are firing those missiles into Israel, it's like ANSI and ANAB certified them. You can't make this up. The NACI, the National Accreditation Center of Iran, is considered, here it goes, legally and technically equivalent to ANSI-ANAB under these frameworks. That's right, Iranian labs and aerospace programs are internationally accredited under a system funded, created, and underwritten by ANSI-ANAB, who is registered and certified in the grand old USA. ANSI and ANAB, and by extension the U.S. Department of Commerce, take legal responsibility full for the accreditation equivalents of Iranian institutions under APAC and IAF rules. This isn't just dangerous, it's suicidal. We must ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, why are hostile states being granted international legitimacy through Western-backed accreditation? Why? Because I'm going to tell you why. ANSI and ANAB, who's sitting on there? Many government agencies like the DOD, the DOJ, the FDA, the FAA, EPA, FBI, FTC, and so many others. Some are not even just members, they're customers, like the DOJ, like the Department of Homeland Security, like the FDA, and like the Department of Commerce. Why is Iran's NACI, connected to hypersonic missile development, considered equivalent to U.S. quality systems? Why aren't there any agencies auditing missile lab, etc.? And most importantly, why are American institutions complicit by silence or design in enabling adversaries who seek to destroy our allies? It's time to shut these doors. Terminate all equivalency agreements with hostile state accreditation bodies. Hold ANSI, ANAP, ILAC, IAF, APAC, and so many others accountable for enabling the threat. And expose every prominent government official or agency still pretending this isn't a national security issue. And as I said again, I will repeat it. The Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, Department of Commerce, and the FDA are not just sitting on the board. They are customers paying a fee, okay? By ANSI and ANAP sitting on IAF over by APAC, our government agencies are basically complicit to what is going on. They are. The Fatah missile doesn't just threaten Israel, it reveals the rot within the system meant to protect us. When international accreditation is handed out like a passport to power, when enemies of freedom are deemed equal in trust and compliance, we are not maintaining global standards. We are authorizing our own destruction. We must act now, not after the first strike, but now, while we still can. And I thank you. And remember this, as Dwight D. Eisenhower said, it is not the size of the dog in the fight that counts, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And ladies and gentlemen, business owners, my fellow citizens, when you have our federal agencies wallowing in the same quagmire and shit, sitting on the International Accreditation Forum that was founded by the American National Standards Institute and the American National Credit Board, then they are complicit to what is going on in the Middle East. All of them, from Peter Hegseth all the way down. And they probably don't even know what they're involved with. That's the problem. That is what I see, and what I have seen for the 14 years that I've been in business, and for the 40 plus years I've been involved with quality. My number is 203-556-1493. I thank you.